So let's talk a little bit about how the internet has changed small business.
Certainly.
As a SCORE counselor, you regularly see people about web issues. So tell me about one or two of your SCORE clients who had web challenges.
Sure. A lot of clients are just facing the challenge of understanding what's involved in going online, but one particularly memorable client was a participant at one of my workshops, and she showed up and told me she had a bit of a problem. She had a business website up for about must have been a couple of years, and she had forgotten to renew her domain name.
So wait a minute. What is a domain name?
So the domain name is the URL for the website. It's how you get to a website through a browser, and so it's essentially the address.
So something like an Amazon, it's www.amazon.com.
Exactly.
Okay, so she had a www.something.com.
Exactly. And unfortunately, since you only lease these addresses, she didn't pay attention to the time, and it lapsed, and because of the business that she had built and the traffic that she had gotten to her site, it had acquired some value and a reputation, and someone else came along and acquired it.
So, I mean, the story behind this is that if you have a website and you actually lease it, is what you're saying. So you
Yes.
sign up for a year and you say, I want this website. So this is like different than email.
This is very different than email.
Because email, once I get my, markgoodman@hotmail.com, I have
yours.
that.
That's yours.
But you're saying is that if I'm starting a business and I take this www. If I don't pay attention to it each year, somebody else can take it?
Potentially. The way the system works is that most addresses these days are leased.
Okay.
That you get it for a number of years. You can pay, I believe most providers will allow you pay up to 10 years ahead of time. But at the end of that term, if you don't renew, then it goes back into the market and anyone can pick it up. Just a little side story. I don't know how Microsoft would feel about me telling this, but a few years ago when I was at Microsoft, they had a bit of a problem one day where people couldn't access their Hotmail.
So Microsoft has, so when I have a Hotmail account, that's actually like a Microsoft, account?
It was the hotmail.com domain, and whoever was responsible for renewing it had forgotten to. And so the site was down, and theoretically anyone could have registered it. There was an honest gentleman who picked it up and gifted it right back to Microsoft simply because he wanted to be able to check his email.
Well, that's a kind thing for him to have done.
Certainly.